Great America Conversations. Great American Conversations. Great American Conversations. Great American Conversations. It's Great American. America. No American.
Welcome home, everyone. This is Great American Conversations. I'm Corinne.
I'm Bissy.
And I'm Krista.
And if you haven't noticed, we have a guest joining us again today. It's the second time that you've been on one of our podcasts, right?
Hooray.
Yes, I'm doubly honored.
Yes. And you did such a good job last time that we decided we'd invite you back. So
Also in family.
also, yes. Also, you're kind of part of the origination of the idea for the podcast. So it's only fitting.
Yeah.
And we're going to, exactly. Rachel Golding. And we talked about her music last time. And so still, you could obviously buy some music if you want. Rachel, you want to share anything else about yourself?
I currently live on the East Coast, which is kind of exciting because I think y'all are on the West, which I know I don't think, but
I think and no.
We are,
Rachel. We are on the West
Coast. And apparently my most exciting thing to share about myself is my current physical location.
Well, it is exciting. You're in North Carolina.
Yes, which North Carolina fall is beautiful. I'll just leave it at that. It's stunning.
Yes. Well, and there's some areas of North Carolina, right, that are like especially stunning, that are known for being just all colorful trees and
Asheville, the Biltmore, which I think some Christmas movies are trying to be filmed there lately. So pretty cool.
Oh my goodness. I want to give a special promo to anyone listening to go get Rachel's Christmas EP. Specifically because it's now Christmas season. You know, last time it wasn't Christmas. Now it's Christmas season. So hey, go get her Christmas album.
Let
it snow, let it snow, let
it's
it snow.
fun.
Noel.
Christmas time, nothing better.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're excited. We love Christmas season. So
always.
Do you have your tree up yet?
Not yet. Tomorrow. I'm doing it.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
for you.
It's going up tomorrow. It's time. Mm-hmm.
I was tempted because usually I get a real Christmas tree, but I was tempted to use artificial that I had gotten back when I used to live in my apartment that I've never actually used, and then to put up 2 Christmas trees, one now and one later. What do you think?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Thanks,
Agreed.
Krista.
I got you. All right. Well, today we're going to review, is it Dash for Christmas? Dash of Christmas?
A Dash of Christmas.
A Dash of Christmas.
Which premiered November 4th, starring Laura Osnes and Christopher Russell.
Yes.
In our 11th podcast episode.
Yeah, our 11th episode of this season. And it's been really fun to have a couple guests on. So Rachel's going to run today's conversation, I'm sure.
Perfect. Yay.
Oh, good. My favorite, on the spot.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, our current news, we have breaking news as of, I guess, 2 days ago now. Yeah. The strike is over, the SAG-AFTRA strike.
Finally.
And you can tell, I can tell on my social media feed that the strike is over because, well, bam, people
They
are
all
just
started posting,
dumping content.
Back to you, Biff.
But tell me nobody else has noticed that.
Oh, yeah. No, I've noticed a lot more posts. And then a couple people who specifically called out that they were going to be posting more, like Candace Cameron. She said that she is not only an actress for them, but is their CFO?
No, is that possible? I think she's their chief
CCO?
Content.
That might be
rather. She's overseeing content.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting. So she felt like her hands were tied when it came to advertising the movies that her company was producing and stuff throughout the strike, obviously. And so she was excited that it was over. And then she's posted a ton.
Yeah. And Joe Wagner's posted a bunch more. And not actually related to the strike, but I really appreciated what Great American posted for Veterans Day too.
Oh, interesting. What did they post?
They just posted a special thank you message from Bill and Candace. They've Candace did like her own little promos from her movie set because her movie involves a military member, or she's a military member. I forget exactly what the storyline is going to be.
Yeah.
But my Christmas hero. Anyway, so she posted a special thank you to veterans and said, kind of on behalf of Great American Family and all of us here. And then Bill, they post a little graphic with Bill and Candace standing next to each other and a thank you to veterans and active service members. So again, just consistent messaging from them,
Yeah.
from Great American Family. So on her Veterans Day.
Yes. And then you want to talk briefly about the
Yes.
last Sunday movie?
So, right, like we did on our last episode, a brief recap of the Sunday movie, which last Sunday's was Our Christmas Wedding, a follow-up to My Boss's Wedding, starring Drew Seeley, the voice of Troy Bolton in High School Musical 1. Fun fact. I know. I found that out today when I was watching it.
Even your High School Musical links.
Because he sings.
Classic
Anyways.
Disney.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Drew Seeley and Holly DeVoe and Bridget Kingsley, and it's her production company that did it. She was in, all three of them were in My Boss's Wedding as well. So it was not my favorite, but I actually think I liked My Boss's Wedding better, and maybe I'd have to go back and rewatch it, but I think I liked the leads better in it. There was something that was more comfortable about it, and I guess it maybe was the storyline as well, because in this one they get engaged and then they decide, because the venue she really wants to get married in is going to get closed by Christmas, that they're just going to hurry and get married in 2 weeks. And it's a really dumb decision because they're really stressed about it and they have a lot of things going on with their life. And it's like, well, no, then just push it. Like, you don't have to get married at that venue. Truthfully, I have like 10 minutes left, so I don't know. I'm assuming they get married at the venue. But I will say there were a couple of things that I did like. Bridget's character advises the two getting married to invite his family, even though he doesn't get along with his uncles. They haven't supported him in the past in his music career. But she says their family.
Pesky uncles.
This is a really important day. Like, still invite them, And I appreciated her advice there. I thought it was good. And then the other thing, and this was actually like my favorite part of the movie so far. In the very beginning, right after they get engaged, Holly's character's talking to her roommate, and her roommate goes, "Does this mean I need to find a new roommate now?" And Holly's character says, "I'm not moving in with him until after we get married."
Aw, that's
It's like,
sweet.
thank you. Yes.
Good.
I know. I like, one, obviously appreciate the sentiment. Two, I really appreciate that Great
They
American
included that.
specifically wrote it in, right? Like, we're not even gonna leave it open. Not only are we not gonna suggest the other way, but we're also not gonna leave it open. We're gonna address that, no, this is truth and this is how you should be living and behaving, or what we believe.
That's good.
Yeah. So kudos for that.
Mhm.
For that alone, I recommend the movie. No, it was cute. It is Christmas themed. There was a lot of fun story development.
Yeah. And a good Christmas theming can save almost any plot line because, who doesn't like Christmas?
For sure. And it was very cute and themed well.
Who's
So,
hearing the words and dialogue when there's Christmas music playing in the background?
That's exactly right.
our Christmas wedding.
Little Hark the Herald Angels Sing didn't ever hurt any dialogue. What? I don't know.
I think,
We'll
I think that's the
workshop
phrase,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Bissy, for leading us through another time of current news.
It's game time. I also have games today. And let me tell you, I'm excited for them. First off, I tried to
chose
take.
to do the games because this was the movie that she was the most excited about of all the Christmas movies.
I really was. I
Aww.
really was. I was so excited for it. I loved it so much. There were so many things about it that I loved. And I decided that I wanted to try to take notes on it like Ben had. So I had,
That's right.
I don't think I did it as well as him though, because I was trying to read back at what I wrote and I was like, what did I write? This is so confusing. I think I was just like typing as fast as I could.
Sweater voice ahead.
Like, honestly, some of the statements were like that. Yeah.
Ben took notes on every scene of the movie. And so at the end, he was able to tell us like there were 28 scenes. And then it was like what happened in each scene.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Or
That's
things
a
that stuck
talent.
out to him in those scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he had written one of the people's voice was like an itchy sweater, or is that what I said? He
Yeah,
said
you
it was
said
like a
itchy.
wool
Rough.
sweater, rough. Yeah. Which also, as a way of
Wow.
describing someone's voice, I just appreciated that detail.
A
Kudos to
wool
Ben.
sweater
So-
voice.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't think I ever would have thought to describe someone's voice as a wool sweater, but it's very evocative of like what that kind of voice would sound like. So
Well, I had 42 scenes in my notes, and so I had plenty of things to try to pull trivia from. So, it was a little hard to narrow down, but I've got 5 trivia questions, and then I thought we might also wrap it up with a little song with the words since Rachel's here and she's really good at
Oh
singing.
my
so.
goodness. We're going to lose.
I think my singing voice is like a wool sweater.
warm and cozy.
Like a cozy
Wow.
Little
Christmas
raspy,
sweater.
itchy.
No, that's my singing voice is like poison ivy. Soft at first, but then gets really itchy and annoying after a while.
Okay, so same rules for trivia. Your name is your buzzer. If you buzz in without multiple choice, you cannot answer again until others have had a chance to guess. 2 points without multiple choice, 1 point with.
Okay, she
Okay.
was looking
Press
at
multiple
me when
choice
she
at
said
any
that last part. So
Okay, first question. Why? Oh, the characters in the movie, by the way. Laura Osnes played Megan Clark. Megan Blake. Megan Blake, sorry. And then Christopher Russell played Aaron McVeigh,
McVeigh. Nice.
which I was like, is that McVeigh? But no, it's McVeigh. Okay, so Megan's character, Laura Osnes. Why did Megan have to find a new job?
Rachel.
Oh yeah, Rachel.
What did?
Okay.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I said my name. It's the buzzer,
Yes,
right?
you buzzed in. Okay, yes.
you did.
Okay. Her company combined with another one and they were offering severance packages and she decided to take it.
Yeah,
So she
Wow.
leaves her job.
Very good.
2 points for Rachel.
I didn't even remember she was getting a new job.
She retired at 33, took the severance package because she said it was a very generous severance package. Her company was bought by the other one.
Okay, when you said that, it rang a bell.
33.
But
Yeah. I'm like, wow, that sounds nice.
I'm going to retire at 33.
Somebody want to buy my
Woo!
company? Wait, I don't have
Great
one.
American Conversation.
Not even cool.
We're
If
gonna
anyone wants to buy Great American
a great
Conversations,
severance.
we'll sell it to you.
I'll take your severance package. Okay. I will briefly go through the multiple choice options because they were related to the movie.
Okay.
But one of the multiple choice options was she broke up with Bruce and needed to move.
Yes.
Ex-boyfriend Bruce.
Come on.
Or that her sister needed help with her niece while her brother was in the army.
Oh,
Wow,
that's a good one.
cute.
Or their brother-in-law. was in
Good
the
job
army.
with your multiple
Which is
choices.
Also, there's multiple choice. Story. Okay. Good job, Rachel. Question 2. What did the class make at the bakery's last cooking class of the year?
What did the class
You can
bake
buzz in
at
if
the
you know it,
last
Rachel.
baking
Are you
class
sure?
of the year?
I just watched it yesterday.
Put me out of my misery.
Rachel. It's like
Yes.
a gingerbread cookie, but it was like gingerbread glaze, I think is what they called it.
Yes.
All right.
Very
Nice,
good.
very
I was gonna
good.
say fruit tortellini, so I don't even.
So the class
Like a
that she
pasta.
went to when she met him was not met him. Second time she met him was the
Mhm.
last class of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the only baking class she could go to at the bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just watched this yesterday, you're really going to do good.
It's fresh.
Well, sorry. You're going to do well. Okay.
All right.
Question 3. Rachel's
Question 3.
running the board. Question 3. What did Megan accidentally put into her gingerbread cookie recipe?
Corinne, salt,
Instead of?
sugar.
Yeah, which would be so gross.
Yeah, but it happens.
No sugar in a cookie?
The amount, though, if you think about cookies, usually have like a cup of sugar and maybe like a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. A cup of salt just really got me. It was a great moment. Oh,
Yeah. Ugh.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was that a scene in the
That'd be
movie?
gross.
She made bad cookies and then they were inedible.
Yeah, so she goes to the
Wow.
class when she's gonna
Oh,
recruit him to help
gross.
with her video, and then she makes cookie, and remember she's like, "You want to try it?"
And
I'm really
would,
nervous. Does anyone want to try this? Do you not remember that? Our mom
I-
kind of called it out.
maybe I didn't. wasn't watching at that point, but ugh, gross. You wouldn't even be able to like swallow that if
Yeah.
it was that salty.
Yes,
Let's try it.
that'd be-
Okay, great. Rach, you in?
We'll send
Right.
you some.
Yeah,
Corinne's
I
on the
think I'm
board
on
with
the
2
East
points.
Coast. I'm
Woo.
so sorry.
Darn
We
it.
could still send it
Can't do it.
in the mail.
Sorry. Won't last. It'll be hard as a rock.
Question 4. What is the secret ingredient in her sister's Christmas stew?
Rachel. Dried
Uh-huh.
fruits.
Yes.
Good job. Also, I don't remember that at all.
Krista also wants to try some of that.
Like they made stew.
I thought it was the tortellini. No, a fruit
She
tort?
makes a fruitcake tort
That's
for the
all I
baking
remember.
competition, Craig.
I remember that part. So hopefully there's a question about that.
But he does the blindfolded taste test to show off how accurately he can identify
Right.
what ingredients are in
All
it.
right.
Good job, Rach.
Well done.
I was gonna try to look up what other ones they had, but too late. Okay, question 5. What Christmas song did Megan say that she loved, and so they then danced to? Would you like multiple choice?
Yeah.
Yes.
I need multiple
Yeah.
choice.
A, "O Christmas Tree," which is like / O Tannenbaum, right? Same song. B, "O Little Town of Bethlehem." C, "O Holy Night." Or D, "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Krista. Oh, come all ye faithful.
No.
Darn it.
"O Christmas Tree,"
Rachel.
"O Little Town of Bethlehem," or "O Holy Night." Rachel?
I'll go with A Christmas tree.
Yes, it is "O Christmas Tree."
Good job.
Ooh.
Good job.
That's
I
a
knew it
weird
started with
song
O.
to choose as your favorite. I don't think I know anyone who would choose that as their favorite Christmas song. It's
You
a
don't
fine
dance
song.
to
I
that?
just yeah.
Like you don't like to slow
Oh,
dance to
Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
I do a swing dance to that one. Charleston.
Rachel, try dancing with Jordan later and see if you guys can dance to "Oh Christmas Tree." See what that looks like.
Yeah.
It would be an easy one
Let
to
us
dance
know.
to. It's so slow.
It was a really pretty rendition, though. The one that they danced. All right, so good job. Rachel won.
I will try to find the
Hooray.
sound of that rendition.
In no surprise to anyone, Rachel has won the trivia. All right. Couple rounds of song with a word. You got to sing a song with a word in it.
All right. I'm
Okay.
ready.
First word. Red.
Red, the blood of angry men.
The red-nosed
Black,
reindeer.
the dark of ages past. Red, the world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last. Yours
that
was
one.
better Christmas theming. You don't know that one?
No,
Or
I
you-
do know that one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I saw that one with you guys.
That's right.
Yay.
We went and saw the play here
Mm-hmm.
in our city.
West Coast.
In our Swiss coast.
Did you think of any other ones, Rach?
Oh man.
Just sing
La-
Rudolph the Red. They didn't hear me. So
That's okay, that was the only one I could think of. What about the candy cane song? I feel
do you
like it
mean
could
like
have.
how about Wrapped in Red from Kelly Clarkson?
You guys are really good at this.
Mhm.
Very good at this.
Okay. Next one. Truck.
Oh my goodness. There's gotta be a country
And
song.
I drive a truck.
I could only think of country
The
songs.
only line for it,
Yeah.
though.
I drive your truck. I roll everywhere.
I don't really listen to country,
I
so
tear up every back road in this town.
how about you get your is it in the country song backwards?
You get your
Something back,
truck
you get
back,
your
you get your friend back, you get your
best
friend
friend
named
Jack,
Jack
back.
back.
Is truck in there anywhere?
probably. I'm
That
sure
is
it is.
Somebody truck.
Mhm.
All right. That was a hard one. I could only think of country songs.
My truck is red and I drive it at
I drove a
Christmas
red
time.
truck.
I love that song.
And I put my tree in the back.
All right. How about cookie?
Oh,
I sure
my.
do like those Christmas cookies,
Cookies,
sugar.
That's funny.
Sure do like those Christmas cookies, babe.
Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. And Oreo, a chocolate Oreo. I love that creamy filling in my chocolate Oreo.
Wow.
Fifth grade
For
choir right there.
a singer-songwriter, I am very bad at this game. Very bad.
You know, we've played it 4 times, so once you've played it 4 times, you'll.
And I'll get a
All right.
song with cookies.
A song with cookie. I only thought of who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Was it you?
Who, me?
That's you. Then who?
All right.
Rachel. Sorry.
Last word is heaven.
Breath of heaven, hold me together, be forever with me. Breath of heaven.
Beautiful.
Open up the heavens, we wanna see you. Open up the floodgates, a mighty river
Flowing from your heart.
Sing that,
He
Rach.
came from heaven to earth,
Oh,
to
yes.
shed away from the earth to the cross, my debt to pay.
Sorry, I actually could think of more. I think.
I actually was having trouble with that one. What other ones could you think?
I was just singing whatever Chris started singing. You know, when it's a faith word, it's
Yeah.
a lot easier for me. I had a harder time with the worldly words.
Yeah, that's a
but I
good
noticed
point.
you had a better time with
You
those.
you are much holier and more righteous than I am.
And that's the conclusion.
All right. That's all I've got for song with a word. Great job, everyone.
Yay. All right, and now we review our movie, A Dash of Christmas, with Laura Osnes and Christopher Russell, premiered on November
4th.
4th.
Yep.
And
unlike IMDb says, I looked up the IMDb synopsis.
yeah,
Stinking funny.
okay, go for it.
It
Read
says a chef stakes her career on participating in a brand new reality series while sparring with a local baker.
What? That was not
I
even
know.
close.
I was like, is this maybe what they were originally going to do? And then they just totally changed it because it was not the same.
AI wrote that summary.
Yes, Rachel.
Kind of sounds like a prequel with the ex-girlfriend. Just a little spoiler there.
Okay.
Mmm.
A dish of Christmas, the prequel to what was this one called?
A
dash
dash of
That's what I
Christmas.
thought.
Or like what's another
The
word
Christmas
for a
dish.
dash? Like a pinch.
A pinch.
A pinch.
I
A pinch
was
of
going for the
Christmas.
dish dash.
A pinch of Thanksgiving.
The Christmas pinch.
But yes, it was not that
Thanksgiving
synopsis.
and a pinch. And then a dash of Christmas.
St. Patrick's pinch. It could be a spring release.
Yes.
Anyways, that was not what this movie was about, for the
No,
record.
it was not.
IMDb has it wrong.
It was not. Instead, it was about someone named Megan, and we learned earlier, left her job because she took the severance package, and because her job got bought by another company. Her company got bought by another company. And so then she moves with her sister. She comes to visit her sister and her niece and stays with them and is trying to get a new job as a social media marketing person of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And
For a new startup called Foodery.
and they tell her that she needs to produce a video. And so she sees a local chef who makes these videos. That's Christopher Russell's character. McBay, what's his?
Aaron.
Sean.
And so she decides to go ask him for his help. And so she goes to his restaurant and he does these baking things. And so she takes class and she asks him and he agrees to help. Because
And
she's
then-
gonna help him with something.
Yeah, so then he decides, hey, we can be mutually helpful to each other because he needs help marketing the Christmas Bake Off that he is a part of and helping host. This year, Maple Grove is hosting it. And she's got an eye for marketing and advertising. So she's going to redesign the flyer. He's going to, help her with her video. And then they end up on a date. He's making her dinner so they can work on the recipe that they're going to do for her video, which is a Christmas bread, which I didn't actually think looked very good.
It wasn't the fruitcake.
It was, well, no, it was the Christmas bread that they made in the dinner. And it was kind of like a fruit cake in that it did have fruit and nuts in it, but it was a bread.
Gross.
I don't really know what the difference all was, but
Have you ever tried fruitcake? Any of you?
I don't think
Yes.
I have.
I have.
You haven't, Rach?
You have,
Krista,
Rach?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. In fact, one of my friends from high school, her mom made a fruitcake. You might have tried it too, Biss, but gave it to us, and I was really excited to try it. And I quickly learned I'm not a fan of fruitcake, but I'm sure she did a great job making it. It was just not my cup of tea,
Yeah. And that is actually when she tastes the bread they make, she says, it's heaven, Christmas masquerading as bread.
Oh,
It's good.
it's heaven. This is Christmas masquerading as bread.
Which I thought was a cool line.
Christmas bread.
That's why I had heaven as a song with a word.
There
Oh,
are
okay.
rolls that are made around the holiday season that I often think
Oh,
are
yeah.
Christmas bread. Whether it's my brother's Ben's rolls that he makes,
Brother
or
Grandma's.
grandma's rolls, or
Mhm.
that I
Yeah.
would call those Christmas bread.
Mm-hmm.
Here, here.
I would call those masquerading as heaven.
Yes, amen. Christmas masquerading as bread. So yeah, and then she helps decorate. She gets a tree for his bakery. She helps decorate the window. You can just tell she's leaving her touch of advertising eye. She is told not to make the video. The recruiter tells her, you're not a front runner for this job, and she needs the job. So that's discouraging. She decides she doesn't need to make the video and calls it off. And then, on a side note, because it's during this time in the movie that some carolers visit their house. Aaron is one of the carolers. And probably my favorite line. I don't know. I did have a lot. I liked a lot of it.
Yeah.
But she tells them, do you remember what she tells them, Rach?
No.
They
That she
they ask
doesn't
her to
sing?
be
That she can't
Yes.
sing. Yes.
mine
that's
mine
it.
is a voice you wouldn't want. Like
Wool sweater. Yeah.
Yes. So she says, much like you did, says that they wouldn't want her voice, which is not true at all. And then they officially say, hey, we're going on a date at lunch tomorrow. That was cute. Do you remember that little interaction at all, guys? Where she was like, was dinner a date? He's like, I don't know, was it? And then she's like, well, is lunch a date? I don't remember exactly how it went, but
And then he
they,
asks
like,
her,
officially-
is lunch a date? And she's like, yeah.
yeah, she did. And she says yes. Yeah, it was cute. I liked it. But then she brings the flyer, completed flyer, and then his buddy Ronald at the bakery wants to update the website. He gets upset and calls off the lunch date. So I don't want to do it. Comes to apologize. Remember, we had some interesting camera angles in this movie. Many that were above, which was different, but also when he comes over to the house and it was like super close up on his face as he opens the door. And then also super close up on her face as we see her reaction to him opening the door.
Yeah. There were a couple times that I was like, I would tell the cameraman, can you back up a little bit, please? I don't need all my flaws just shown that closely.
It was great. But he apologizes for getting upset, shares a little bit of his story, and then asks her to help him with the bake-off. And so now she's in the bake-off, where she says yes, as long as she doesn't have to wear an elf costume. He shows off his food tasting skills.
And he'd hurt his hand.
They're dancing. Power goes out. Interrupted kiss. Check. Bingo.
We talk about if there was like a Great American bingo
card.
that there'd be certain things on there. Interrupted kiss is one of them.
The
You should create it.
Stumble while decorating the tree
Mhm.
and get caught. That would be another one.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that one.
That was not. I don't think that one happened in.
It
this
didn't.
movie.
That hasn't
Wow.
actually been as prevalent in Great American, but the
Both grab
stumble
for a
kiss-
cookie and hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Caress.
Incidental
Yeah.
contact.
the romantic hand
Because that did
grace.
happen in this one when they were helping untangle the lights in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he hurts his wrist trying to turn the power back on after their kiss is interrupted when they're dancing. And so then she needs to be in the bake-off instead of him. Can't just be the helper. And she's panicking, trying to make a fruitcake, and then decides to make her Grammy's Victorian fruitcake
which
torte.
she had talked with her sister about earlier, so we kind of
Yeah,
had a little foreshadowing of that.
Mhm.
there's your fruitcake torte moment, Crick.
Fruitcake tort.
Since that was the
I
main thing
remembered
you
that.
remembered.
So it was kind of an important moment, I think. So. Steel trap.
And she wins, and then he sends in the video from the competition to try to get her the job, and it works actually. But then I really liked the honesty of their conversation. She's upset because she's like, wait, did you send in this video because you want me to leave?
How'd you feel about all those conversations at the end, Rach? We really liked them. We liked that conversation and then some of the final ones there.
Yeah. I thought it was sweet when she said, "Tell me to stay." And then
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, if you want to sacrifice your big dream and stay." And she's like, "Not like that." I
Yeah.
actually thought that was humorous. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those conversations were like really big conversations that all of a sudden took place between these characters that had kind of just met. But aside from that,
You're right.
it was a sweet sentiment, is what I would say.
Yeah. Kind of very dramatic all of a sudden, but the way the conversations were handled and written were good.
Exactly. Mhm.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And Laura's character cries in that final conversation, which we observed does not often happen with Great American leads. I don't feel like they often have them cry.
Go Laura.
Yeah.
Right?
But I thought she did a great job with it. But again, I really just love her, and I don't know that she could do much wrong. So yeah, then then she sends in his videos and gets him the job, and so she gets to stay there and manage it for him, and they all live happily ever after.
That's right.
There's a nice circular moment when she closes his truck door again, at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you had the truck. Sorry. I don't know why I don't remember hardly anything from this movie.
Do you remember? And then that's when I said,
I remember
"Ha,
now.
I closed your door again."
Gotcha again.
I was adding my own dialogue at that point.
Corinne was imagining, yes, an alternate ending.
I had hoped the keys were in the truck the first time.
Yes.
That she closed the door and that his keys were in the truck, and now they're locked in. But
I thought that was what it was going to be.
Yeah.
As one who used to drive a truck and locked her keys into her truck many times. You'd think
Been there
she'd might
too.
know. Yeah.
Two things that I would have changed about this movie. Number one, I would have had Laura sing at some point. You have that kind of talent, give them a place to sing. They find places to sing for everybody else. So why not for Laura?
I did appreciate though that they addressed it. Like they had the
that's true.
carolers, and then like that was kind of a wink to the fact that she wasn't singing, and I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
And
I just would have, you know, again, I'm a big music person. So number two, give Christopher Russell some
facial
hair.
Agreed.
His little like blank face was too fake for me. So I kept saying he looked kind of like a
Plastic.
video game character, or like Chris
Yeah.
did called it plastic, but I felt like he looked like one of those, like an AI character.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you partial to him with the facial hair? I'm trying to imagine
Yeah. Oh yeah,
movies
definitely.
with him with facial hair, and I cannot place it. But
Yeah.
Not
Just
like
look up pictures,
yeah.
Rach, and every picture of him has facial hair. He rarely doesn't have facial
Oh.
hair. Just a little bit.
Which
You
is
know how-
probably also what we were seeing if we're accustomed to seeing him with facial hair. To see him without facial hair, it seemed off. It seemed
Yeah.
like,
Sure,
oh, this
sure.
looks different.
Yeah.
So those are my two words for improvement, recommendations for the
Mhm.
sequel.
A second dash of Christmas.
Or a dash for Christmas once more.
-2, dashed once more. We could write it.
Okay.
It's a army homecoming. Brother-in-law comes home.
That's right.
Here's a question that I thought of because I've been trying to cook / bake more. If you were thrown into a baking competition, what would you make?
A peanut butter, a Reese's chocolate cheesecake. I
Mm.
made it
Okay,
once, so I've kind of
girl.
always wanted to try it again.
Yes, let's try it again. I'll help you eat it.
Mhm.
In all honesty, I'd probably make my pumpkin chocolate chip cookies because that's a consistent
Yeah, Ren, those are good.
one.
Those are super good.
What would you make,
I'd
Rach?
say lately, this doesn't feel like a good baking competition entry, but I've been making gluten-free banana chocolate chip muffins, and they've been really, really good. And I've been
Heck
loving them, and I
yes.
feel like when I take them places, people enjoy them as well. So I feel like that's my best baked good that I bake right now, but I don't think any judge is
Nice.
gonna be like, yeah, let's go with that banana muffin she made. So original and hard.
Hey, I think people
They
will love
might.
it.
I love banana chocolate chip muffins, so
Mm.
Do you bake them from scratch?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
well
See, I don't think
done.
there's anything that I bake from scratch or have ever, but the most recent thing that I baked was a white chocolate chip bundt cake with Aunt Nancy.
You did.
Go
Well, I made it
girl.
with
From a
Aunt
box?
Nancy, and then I also made it for dinner with
For
some.
Bible study.
We had cake for dinner. I'm just kidding.
My kind
So
of dinner.
that's what I was gonna go with.
You said
Great choice.
baking or cooking? It has to be
Just
baking.
baking.
I just said baking
Darn it.
competition.
Did you say
Appropriate
baking
to
or
the
drawing?
movie. When it was cooking class, and he's like, no, baking class. Every
Yep,
time.
that's true. Yeah.
So Chris
because-
says
Cooking, there's
baking.
some wiggle room, but baking
If
is
it was
a science.
a
It's a
cooking
science.
competition, obviously I'd make brock ramen, my specialty dinner dish. But if it was a
Question is
baking
baking?
competition, the only thing I know how to bake are Corinne's pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
So I would be the assistant with my hand wrapped because I'm injured, and Corinne would be baking the pumpkin chocolate chip
You know, that's
cookies.
originally why I said my cheesecake answer, because I thought you'd jump in on the pumpkin chocolate chip, because I figured that was what you'd want, but then you didn't jump in on it. So I
Well,
just offered it as my
I
second
was
idea.
thinking about brock ramen that whole time. So until that one was eliminated.
On one last unrelated note, Rachel, did you notice the True Leaf and Pepsi spots?
Jordan did. Jordan watched it with me, and he was like, oh, ad. And I was like, what? He's like, the tea. I'm like, what are you talking about? I had to rewind, and yep, sure enough. Yeah, he got it real good.
What did Jordan
Well.
think about it? Jordan is Rachel's husband, BT Dubs.
Yes.
What did Jordan
Yes.
think?
And he enjoys watching these movies with me. Well, I like to tell myself that that's the reality, but about the ad specifically.
No, just about the movie.
Oh, about the movie. I was like, you want to talk about that? Okay, we enjoyed it. We feel like GAC is improving. Like there is an upward trend that we're really starting to see in their movies. And I'm like, even just from last year, we're already so much more impressed with this year's movie.
Yeah.
A fun
Agreed.
random fact about this movie is the night before we'd watched one with the sister and the friend that works at the bakery, and they played love interest. as side characters in another movie. And when we saw her, we're like, oh my goodness, she was so funny. And then we saw her love interest. And I would say that I was kind of sad that they weren't paired because we legit had just seen their love story. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we liked the sister, actually, now that you mention it. We thought she was funny, even in her little side comments there. They were very naturally delivered and stuff. So
she does a good job.
Nice. Well, yeah. So that was kind of all I had
written down.
I mean, I wrote down a lot more, but
Scene 43. No.
yeah. I will say one of my favorite parts of the production of it, again, there were some, but was that, and I don't know if you noticed this, Rach, but they opened the scene of their dinner in the kitchen. They opened it with him lighting a candle. And then the scene went over a whole commercial break, right? Because they have dinner, they talk, they go and they bake the bread, and they have a whole conversation about that. And so there's a commercial break, and like it's an extended scene. They end it with him blowing out the candle.
Ooh, artistic.
And I thought that was really cool. Just the intention.
And how much had it burned down? Did they have that included?
No, it's just
Chris,
at the top of the
did they
candle.
measure?
Like,
Did they measure
well,
it?
it would have been cool if they had like a candle and then it was lower. But I don't remember.
no, they didn't show the difference. It was just the top of
That's
the candle.
still cool.
Yeah,
Good
I
job.
thought
Good
it
job.
was a cool continuity point there in design. Okay, you guys want to do ratings?
Yeah. My favorite part was actually,
yeah.
I'll use it as my rating. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Okay, you got a rating, Rach?
I do, but I don't want
Okay, you
to
wanna-
steal anybody, so I feel kind of nervous.
No, you go first.
You go first.
You
Okay.
go first.
Okay. Probably mine and Jordan's favorite was the slow motion romantic moment. So 3
I was gonna
slow
say
motion.
That's awesome. You did steal it. No, I love it. That's good. That's good. But I'm glad I didn't say it as my favorite part because I would have jumped
Down
right
the
in.
stairs she came, I think when they were dancing, potentially the kiss, which made the kiss very romantic. Very intentional use of slow motion.
There were, yes,
I was
several
dying at the slow
slow-mo
motion because
moments.
there's a lot of slow motion moments and some of the cooking too. And they're just with these slow motion.
A slow-mo pour. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Well, then do you need to think of a new one?
I do. Yeah. That was what I was going to say as well. Which I loved slow motion. So it was funny to me.
You got one, Crick? Okay. I have several things that I could reference, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the 3 cups of untouched hot cocoa that were
You're so right.
filled to the brim
That's
and
hilarious.
piled high with marshmallows, and they didn't drink a sip of, and they just set them on the coffee table and went to bed.
Yeah. They're like,
Time for bed.
Like, wait, no, these are beautiful cups. Enjoy them.
Crimes against. Yeah. Hot cocoa.
That was pretty good.
Yes. Well, my rating is 22 slow-mo too, so I'm just gonna jump in with Rach on the slow-mo rating.
Man, my
You
mind is
were-
a blank slate.
I was
Sorry.
romantic slow-mo. You were regular
slow-mo in
cooking.
general.
Yeah. So they're different.
All the slow-mos.
Yeah.
All the slow-mos.
Mo slow-mo. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. There ain't no mo
Mo
slow-mo than
slow-mo.
slow-mo kendo.
Momo.
Kendo.
I did think of something that really stood out to me, and it's all I can think of right now as I'm remembering this movie. But it was the CGI snow on the roof of her sister's house, and I noticed it in every shot. So my rating is going to be one brilliantly laden roof full of snow.
That's a good one. And because we saw some behind the scenes and they talked about having to film in the middle of the night.
Exactly, because it was so warm, right?
Yeah. So they could pretend like it was cold.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said they'd be filming at like 3 a.m. so that it would be dark and cold looking, winter looking.
Wow. And instead it's just late and hot.
Yeah, exactly. In coats. No.
Bless their hearts. They're the real
In
heroes.
itchy wool sweaters.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh wait, I just thought of my rating. My rating is 1 really long building shot on the very end.
Slow
when they're going
pan.
slow. It ties into
to
the
the
slow-mo. So
stars.
go slow-mo. Building, 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 stars.
Man.
Done.
They worked for that shot.
But
They
what we
did.
appreciated, and this is what we said at the end, we appreciated the different. Because like even some of the camera angles, like the really up close ones and like the from up top, we were like, okay, some of those were good. Some of those were like, but we appreciate that they were trying something different because that's where you produce something that you occasionally get things that are like, okay, that was a cool shot,
Right.
Yeah.
or you get a really long building shot to start. Yeah.
Also different.
Yeah. But different.
Gotta
And
start
I'm a fan.
somewhere.
That's exactly right.
hmm
But I loved this movie. 10 out of 10.
I really liked it. I
I feel
wouldn't
like I
give it my
need to-
favorite rating so far, but I liked it.
I think I need to watch it again because you guys are talking about it and I'm not remembering it as well as I should. And it was a good movie. I can remember
Yeah.
when I was watching it, I was thinking that was a good one. So
Definitely
I gotta
top
watch
quality.
it again.
It's one of their top quality for sure so
Mhm.
far. So
The Christmas aesthetic, stunning the whole time. I thought they did a great job with that. I thought the way they met was really cute. I agree. It was overall good movie.
yeah. Would watch again. All
Well,
right.
thanks for joining us again, Rachel.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And now we're just gonna dash away to
Decorate for Christmas.
decorate for Christmas. Thanks to everyone who joined us for another Great American Conversation.
We hope you enjoyed listening. And if you are so inclined, please make sure to subscribe on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and leave a review to help us continue to grow.
We also would love to hear from you on Instagram. So follow us at Great American Conversations.
Thanks again. And remember, join the family, join the conversation.